Need a job or just looking for a change? Move Staffing can help. From entry level to executive, we will find you a position that best suits your skills and experience. These are great paying, permanent positions. Let us find the perfect career for you. We do it all at no cost for job seekers. We're locally owned and operated with a staff that has been here since day one. Voted the best staffing agency in the Mid-Ohio Valley 3 years in a row. Stop by and see us in Marietta, Vienna, or Cambridge, or call today. It's time to make the move.
The area's only locally owned steakhouse and premier dining experience is now open on Sundays. Rivertown Grill, Williamstown.
My dream has always been to become a certified medical assistant and to be able to work at Marietta Memorial Hospital through their facilities. The Washington County Career Center made that happen by teaching me all the things that I needed to learn, helping me with my placement. The instructors were outstanding, and they just with helping me through school and some of the life things that I faced during that time. If you have any goals or dreams that you would like to obtain, don't hesitate to reach out to the Career Center for some guidance and help.
The Career Center, hands-on training that works.
With the playing of our national anthem. Please remain standing for your
Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Stadium Field for high school football on CAS 45. My name is Brian Guthrie. Alongside me, my good friend Mike Cameron. Happy to have you tuned in here as we are getting ready for homecoming night. High school. Big Red Band is out on the field playing the alma mater. We just heard the national anthem. And Mike, we've got two teams here tonight that are struggling, to say the least. Parkersburg coming in at 2-3 thus far on the season. Started 2-0, lost the last three. South Charleston is 0-5 and have only scored 3 times all season long. Both teams have a first-year head coach that is back to coach their alma mater, and Matt Kimes for PHS and Carl Lee for South Charleston, trying to find some success, little hit and miss seeing what they can make out of teams that they know and love.
Well, we know what Matt can do. We've seen him in other assignments along the way. His time at Warren was pretty good, and he was a assistant coach within the Big Red program for many years too. So we know what he's capable of. It's just he got the opportunity to come back and he jumped on it. He took it, and now he's trying to get all of these ingredients together and find some success. The first couple games started off pretty nicely for him, and then he hit the Parkersburg South buzzsaw, and then it's been pretty rough road up to that point. But we know that he's a good coach. We know that he can do the things that he needs to do, and it has a lot to do with the kids too. But it's all getting the program back in together. It's getting the culture back. Now, when it comes to Carl Lee, we know that he's had collegiate success. He was over at West Virginia State University for many years, but now he's coming back and trying the high school game there for a while. These are things that are just not going to happen overnight. They got to work at it. They've got to get their implements together. They've got to get their game plans together. I think both of these teams are definitely on the right track. When I saw the record for South Charleston, I was like, that's a typo. It's got to be a typo because I hadn't really been paying attention. But 0-5, and then looking at the hierarchy, looking at the scores that are out there too, and they haven't been really close up until that last game, and
against Spring Valley.
Against Spring Valley, which I thought was the trend just doesn't fit. But I really do think that we're looking at a couple of coaches right now, that are proven. They've done it before. They'll do it again. They just got to have a little bit of time to implement their plan.
This is the 21st all-time meeting between these two schools. South Charleston leads the series 11-9. South Charleston won last year's meeting 38-21. They did not play in 2020 due to COVID. Then you have to go back to 2014 for the meeting before that with South Charleston won. South Charleston won in 13. Black Eagles won in 12. You have to go back to 2011 for the last PHS win in this series.
Well, I did say this earlier, too, on my radio show when we were talking about this matchup. Just what you just said right there, I have a feeling, knowing what the program is, the states of the program right now, we could see a couple of situations tonight where PHS is going to say, yep, we're going to score that touchdown again. Yeah, we're going to score that touchdown again because they're going to be reliving some old losses. They're going to try and get a little bit of it back tonight when it comes to that. And, so I really think we're going to see a big offensive explosion out of the Big Reds this evening. And just like you said, with that track record, they want to try and get a couple of them back tonight.
Coming up in just a minute, we'll talk to Parkersburg High School head coach Matt Kimes and South Charleston head coach Carl Lee as we head towards kickoff. Grab your boutonniere and strap on your cummerbund. It's homecoming here at Stadium Field as the Dunbar and Fowler pregame show rolls on. It's high school football presented by the Washington County Career Center Adult Technical Training here on CAS 45.
The right answers right now. Dunbar and Fowler, the injury attorneys. When you've had a serious injury, you need legal advice immediately. Call today, we'll see you today and guide you every step of the way. The right answers right now. Dunbar and Fowler, the injury attorneys.
My dream has always been to become a certified medical assistant and to be able to work at Merida Memorial Hospital through their facilities. The Washington County Career Center made that happen by teaching me all the things that I needed to learn, helping me with my placement. The instructors were outstanding, and they just with helping me through school and some of the life things that I faced during that time. If you have any goals or dreams that you would like to obtain, don't hesitate to reach out to the Career Center for some guidance and help.
The Career Center, hands-on training that works.
Welcome back to coverage of high school football on CAS 45. It is the Dunbar and Fowler pregame show. And, of course, we've got PHS versus South Charleston tonight, and we got Coach Matt Kimes with us. Coach, all right, so you started off pretty strong with those first two games. It's been rough these last three games. What have you figured out about your team over the last 3 weeks?
Yeah, we've got to be consistent for 4 quarters is what the biggest thing we've got to be, and especially against top-notch competition, which we've played the last 3 weeks, and on the road. So, not making any excuses, but it's a tough schedule. We knew that was going to be a tough 3-game grind. We've been correcting errors, been working hard at practice, trying to correct those mistakes. Love the kids' attitudes. They're still showing up to work every day, ready to get better. Still enjoy being around each other, and we're excited to play back at home tonight.
You saw a couple of differing attacks over the last couple of weeks, too. 2 weeks ago, big rushing attack, and then last week's passing attack, too. So you've seen pretty much the cornucopia stuff, what's going on. So when you go up against South Charleston tonight, probably not a whole lot of great film out there, but what have you seen about these guys?
Well, number one and foremost, their defensive line stands out. They've got a couple players on that defensive line that I think would start for anybody in the state of West Virginia. Really good football players, so we got to be able to control them and not let them disrupt us offensively. Defensively, we've made a couple changes that hopefully helps us. We've switched up our practice structure a little bit to try to start faster. So we're working at it, trying to get better, making little tweaks here and there. And at the same time, we just got to be more consistent, like I said earlier, and block and tackle better and not self-destruct on offense and don't kill ourselves and put 4 quarters of football together. And if we do that, we still got a chance to be a pretty good football team.
And back home tonight, after it seems like you've been away for a long time. How does it feel like to be in front of the home crowd tonight? Yeah, homecoming, so should be a lot of people here. I'm excited to see us play. Like I said, it's been a month since we've played at home, and that's a long time. So, there's nothing like Stadium Field, Friday Night Lights. Our kids are going to be excited to play in front of our home fans. And I'm excited to see our progression, see if we can put the bad games behind us and keep moving forward. Well, Coach, I appreciate your time. Best of luck tonight.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, we'll be back with more. You're watching coverage of high school football on CES 45. We'll be back with more during the pregame show.
DiCarlo's Pizza, located at 1403 Grand Central Avenue in Vienna, takes pride in being a local family-owned business dedicated to providing great food and service to your family. Our calzones and pepperoni rolls are the best in the Mid-Ohio Valley, and we offer a full menu of all your favorites: chicken wings, pasta, salads, sandwiches, and desserts. We also offer 7 beer selections on tap. Stop in and play a game of pool or call us for free delivery. At DiCarlo's, your family.
When our customers come into our offices, we want them to feel like there's something for them. We have some customers that still want to come in and talk to someone and see someone face to face, and people will always be first. We also want to be able to provide the mobile deposit or the ability to bank from anywhere regardless of where you live. We hope that this new look really becomes a reflection to our customers, to our employees, and to our communities of what banking can be.
Welcome back to the Dunbar and Fowler pregame show. I'm Brian Guthrie, joined by South Charleston head coach Carl Leaf. First off, Coach, you guys have had a tough road to hoe, but the MSAC's there's never an easy week.
No, it is never going to be easy, and it's all, and again, here we are again, ready for another big fight. We'll just get out there and play hard.
You guys had a pretty good showing against Spring Valley last week. It seems like your team is making progress. What do you like out of your squad?
I think that is the key. We've been making progress. I've been able to see just a little bit better each week. We had a horrible trip down, buses were late, so we're just getting in. So everything seems to work against us, but we'll get out and we'll go out and play hard, and hopefully we can try to get us a victory.
Parkersburg's hit a bit of a slide here the last 3 games. What have you seen on tape from the Big Reds?
They look good. Their spots, they're like all the teams that are not necessarily considered at the top of the list, that there are moments that they look really good and then they hurt themselves at different times. So they're in the bottom group with us, and now this will be one of those kind of fights. Who messes up, who gives up, who plays hard, however that works out. But they look like a very good team, really good defense. They come at you all the time. So we'll be on cue trying to make sure that they don't get to it.
How important is it for you guys to get a fast start tonight?
Oh, I think we got to we have to move the ball. Our offense has to move the ball. We have to get some points on the board. That's something we haven't been able to do, but we have to do that, because if we don't, their offense will score on us at some point. Our defense is good. They'll be ready to go tonight, but we've got to score. We got to help their defense.
Good luck tonight, Coach. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
More of the Dunbar and Fowler pregame show after this on CAS 45.
right now. Dunbar and Fowler, the injury attorneys. When you've had a serious injury, you need legal advice immediately. Call today, we'll see you today and guide you every step of the way. The right answers right now. Dunbar and Fowler, the injury attorneys.
Closing in on kickoff between South Charleston at 0-5 and Parkersburg at 2-3. As you take a look at the 2022 season for both these teams, South Charleston got blown off the field the first 4 weeks of the season. I don't know how else to say it, but improvement shown against Spring Valley, a very good Timberwolves team, held to only a couple of scores in that 17-0 loss. Parkersburg, as Coach Kimes was talking about, not only did you hit the road for 3 games, you also played 3 of the toughest teams in the conference, and thus the slide. But they're back home for the first time in a month and hoping to get back into the win column. Somebody needs to slip a 20 to that schedule maker right there, because that was not cool. Not cool at all.
Cool.
3 straight.
And that's some tough matchups. But back in the comfy confines of Stadium Field, homecoming. By the way, I got turned down for the dance 3 times on the way up here. So,
3 times?
Yeah, I'm reliving high school all over again. So.
Casey Stanley has it teed up for the Big Reds, and we are about ready to get underway. 2 men deep for the Black Eagles of South Charleston. Both teams desperately in need of a win. PHS, if they expect to have a run at the postseason, really needs one here. Ball taken at about the 12-yard line. 20, 25, 30, 35.
Coach Lee said off to a good start and get moving fast. And that doesn't hurt too badly when you get a good kickoff return to start off your first possession.
Najaya Jones, 5'8" senior on the return for the Black Eagles. And I apologize ahead of time if I mispronounce any of these names. South Charleston, like Coach Lee said, they were late getting here. I don't know what the problem was with the bus, but they didn't get here till late. So we didn't have a chance to really kind of go over anything.
4 receiver set.
And they'll go trips to the bottom of the screen on 1st and 10 from the 37. High snap, fake handoff, and it's Jones is going to keep it himself.
He's got
up
room.
the far sideline and room to run before finally knocked out of bounds in Big Red territory. Logan Hartshorn saving the touchdown and a huge first down for the Black Eagles.
We're going to see a very, very heavy dose of that run-pass option right there, and the high snap. He stuck it in the belly of his running back, took it back, though, and he had a lot of space to the left side of the field.
And your eyes are not deceiving you. That is, in the backfield, number 33, Aaron Clark, 6'1", 280. He will get the football. After the motion, twins each way, and it will be Clark, and he is a wrecking ball. He just blew somebody up and got another first down inside the 30.
Yeah, they're going to have strength in numbers to bring down that big guy right there. He got to the second level, and just like you said, you can't say it any better. He blew up the defensive secondary and moved the chains once again.
Coach Lee said vital to get things going early on in this game. Again, 3 receivers set to the bottom. Man in motion will put twins each way. High snap for Jones out of the Wildcat. He's going to run it himself and gets the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. Good. Coming into this game, junior Jacob Wilson had taken the bulk of the snaps at quarterback. On the season, though, 6 of 15 for 41 yards throwing the ball. And against Spring Valley, South Charleston managed only 20 yards of total offense. So if Coach Lee decides to switch things up, you can't really blame him.
Yeah, just you got to find the one that's working right now. Right now, just 3 or 4 plays into this drive, good positive movement. And it's not just been the big running back. It's been a lot of the quarterback just keeping it and seeing what happens.
Same formation just to the other way. High snap. Jones hauls it down and running near side. Turns up at the 25, on his feet at the 20, and is going to be a yard or 2 short of the first down.
again, that's out of the 3 to 4 snaps we've seen, a couple of them have been very high. That might be an issue later on in the game, but right now Jones is doing whatever he needs to do and getting that positive yardage. He just cut right behind the tackle that time, and the angle got him the yardage that he needed. He's just a couple of yards short of the first down, but third manageable.
So seems to be a recurring theme. You even said it when we got here this evening, Mike. Didn't South Charleston win the state championship
2020?
Not that long ago. 2 years ago, they were the state champions. And now
got an injury on the far side.
South Charleston is going to have to take a timeout. But South Charleston won the state championship 2 years ago. So you're saying, why are they, this is a reload, not a rebuild kind of team. So what happened? Well, early in the year, Donnie Mays, the longtime head coach of South Charleston, left the Black Eagles, took a job at Hurricane, which the Hurricane Redskins are now one of the best teams in AAA. But 6 or 7 of his best players transferred to stay with him. So that kind of left the cupboard a little bare for Coach Carl Lee. So now you're putting together what you can with what's left and kind of rebuilding a program from there.
And you'd think, with the success that he had at West Virginia State, you'd think he's coming back to the alma mater, former NFL player. I mean, you would think he would be pretty excited about that.
I would like to play for a former NFL player.
So to jump ship like that is weird. I'm not going to say that they did the wrong thing. I'm just saying it's kind of weird, and why not stick around and see what they could do for South Charleston.
Now we'll see number 9, Jacob Wilson, go under center with an I formation. Clark is the deep man. He'll get the ball, and he could fall for the first down, and he does. Boy, if he doesn't have it, he's right on it.
Not seen an indication yet. And they got 4 on the stick.
Our head official, Rex Foster,
first down,
will say first down.
I don't know if Jones, he was the one that was on the sideline. He was actually still in the field of play when he was down injured, so maybe a cramp, maybe something. But that did necessitated the quarterback change once again.
And Wilson will stay in as the quarterback, and they will stay in that traditional.
He's the halfback in this formation.
And they will go to the up back, which I did not catch the number of. 34. Of course, I don't have 34.
He's
Jason Barnett,
and he's 260.
So you've got a 260-pound fullback and a 280-pound tailback. You're welcome. 2nd and 9 at the 17.
That's just fun.
So you're saying I could be a tailback is what I'm hearing.
I still have 4 years of high school eligibility.
Yeah, I got 3 left. Open to your name, image, and likeness sponsorships as well. Out of the shotgun now are the Black Eagles on 2nd and 9 and flags. We're going to have offsides. They went back to Jones as the quarterback.
That's going to be on the offense. There was a whole lot of moving parts to that play, and that's going to cost South Charleston. I believe it's going to cost them 5 yards.
So why don't more schools platoon quarterbacks? Because when the cadence changes, it's hard to get a consistent jump off the ball.
Yeah, it's a different feel. It's a different person. It's a whole different style. And it's just tough to get 11 guys on the same page.
Wilson is still out there. He's taking the plays from the sideline.
Yeah, they called the play from the huddle. They went to the line. They hadn't even set the ball yet.
So 2nd and 9. That was cool. 2nd and 9 turns into 2nd and 14. Jones, high snap. He will pitch it back to Pennell, and he is going to be wrapped up for another big loss. And they're going to be back at the 27-yard line.
That was a poor play design anyway. There was a lot of movement, a lot of motion. They had the slot back and went back lined up behind the quarterback that was in the shotgun. And the play just kept going backwards. There was nowhere for it to go, nowhere for it to develop. PHS smelled it out real quick, and 3rd and long.
3rd and 20. The ball is just inside the 28, and they need the 8-yard line for a first down.
With the way they were moving the ball, and still could. You know, I don't know with a 280-pound halfback, are they going to be doing a 3rd and 20 a whole lot.
Wilson to throw, completes the pass to Jones. He is down to the 16.
The right answers right now.
Coach Lee, I don't think he's going to bother with any sort of kicking game. I could be wrong. Now there's a whole lot of moving parts.
Wilson is checking out. So extra players checking in. Still plenty of time on the play clock. And I don't know what we're lining up to do, and I don't know that South Charleston does either. They're going to attempt a field goal. Solomon Farrell, I believe, is that number 12?
Yes.
To kick. Avery Pennell, number 10, to hold. They're lining up for a field goal on 4th and 8 from the 16 and whistles at the snap.
Somebody wanted a timeout at the very last second.
Movement or delay? The play clock says 0.
Oh, okay.
Anything against the offense might push them out of range.
Okay.
So we're less than 6 minutes into this game, and South Charleston now has burned 2 timeouts in this first half. I don't know if the play clock was going to run out or what.
I mean, just like you said, it didn't look like there was really any rhyme or reason to the formation. They had all the players on the field. They were bunched up, and then finally one guy stepped back to play the holder position. Another guy stepped back. All of a sudden, okay, they're ready to kick it. But you're right. I mean, I was not looking at the play clock at the time, so I wasn't sure if that was the situation. But, this took a long time to develop, and it didn't look like anybody knew what they were getting ready to do.
South Charleston has only scored 3 touchdowns this year. It's got 7 points against Huntington, 6 points against Cabell Midland, and 7 against George Washington. And blown out in all those games, so I would kind of imagine the scores came in garbage time. But now trying to get an opening drive field goal, a drive that started with 2 big chunk plays to flip to this end of the field, and then the wheels came off real fast.
Yeah, a couple of really just kind of head-scratcher play calls and poor execution, and, now you're going to try and kick a field goal.
So we'll see if the sophomore Solomon Farrell can hit this field goal. Looks good. And South Charleston's on the board. 6:16 left in the opening quarter, and the Black Eagles lead Parkersburg 3-0. You're watching high school football presented by the Washington County Career Center Adult Technical Training here on CAS 45.
My dream has always been to become a certified medical assistant and to be able to work at Merida Memorial Hospital through their facilities. The Washington County Career Center made that happen by teaching me all the things that I needed to learn, helping me with my placement. The instructors were outstanding, and they just with helping me through school and some of the life things that I faced during that time. If you have any goals or dreams that you would like to obtain, don't hesitate to reach out to the Career Center for some guidance and help.
The Career Center, hands-on training that works.
Dig in at Tiber Way Grill in Marietta. Grab a delicious appetizer while you watch the game, or have a seat in our dining room and eat your meal in comfort. Swing in on Saturdays and Sundays for our Bloody Mary brunch. Our menu is full of options to satisfy anyone's palate. Plus, follow us on Facebook to see our specials throughout the week. Try something new and tasty at the Tiber Way Grill, located on Tiber Way in downtown Marietta.
After the 32-yard field goal, Farrell has it teed up to kick off for South Charleston, their first field goal of the season. And I feel safe in saying their first lead of the season, and he probably kicks it out of bounds.
I was just getting ready to say that was so important for Coach Lee. The way they did march down the field, it did stall at the end, but he's like, you know what, we got to do what we can. Let's see if we can get the 3. They did. That's got to give the kids a lot of confidence out there. Getting that fast start, getting the lead in the game. Let's see if PHS now can make an answer to that.
So we'll see the Big Red offense for the first time today. David Parsons on the season, 61 of 111 throwing the ball, 752 yards, 9 touchdowns, only 1 interception. Anthony Ice and Austin Fleming, the leading receivers for the Big Reds, and Aiden Cook, 134 yards rushing, leads the team.
I said this during the PHS South game, and I know that didn't go well for them that day, but this David Parsons kid is the real deal, and he's a
just a junior.
Yeah, for a high school player, he is a very, very advanced quarterback.
And Parsons will flip it back on first down to Cook, and he got 2 yards and got popped.
Immediate stop there at the line. Great tackle there by Aaron Clark. He put a stop to that run real quick. 2 yards.
World's biggest tailback making a nice tackle. And Coach Keim said there's guys on that defensive front that could start anywhere in this state. So that's where their bread's going to be buttered here is the front 4, front 7 for South Charleston. Parsons out of the shotgun. 3 receivers to the top this time, 1 below, and
the PHS had a guy in motion. That's legal, so that's got to be on South Charleston. I'd be very shocked if they called that one on PHS.
Very shocked?
But they did stop play, so.
Sort of shocked?
Moderately intrigued.
Yep.
See, now I started to really doubt myself. Thanks, Rex. Thanks, Rex.
If I can't do anything, it's sow the seeds of doubt. So after the 5-yard penalty, 2nd and 3. Parsons out of the shotgun. Cook alongside. Cook goes in motion. Parsons to pass. Setting up the screen underneath to Fleming. Fleming has the first down. He has midfield, and he has the Black Eagle 45.
Yeah, just like you said, the South Charleston front 4, that's where they're going to make most of their hay today. So it'll be important for PHS to spread the field out. That's a great way right there. Get the defensive linemen, get them sucked in. And with the screenplay and the pass was wide open right there in the middle of the field. They had plenty of space to work with there, but that works because you got the aggressiveness of the defensive line. You got them basically out of the way.
Hartshorn goes in motion, inside handoff this time, and breaking tackles is Aiden Cook. And he'll have another Big Red first down.
South Charleston had massive, the 2 defensive ends were well into the backfield just a second into that play, but they ran themselves out of the play because of that.
Draws and delays are the best ways to get around a hot pursuit defense.
And I think they're gonna spread the field a whole lot more as the game goes on too.
2 backs alongside Parsons.
Oh, he kept it.
And Parsons will keep it himself. Gets stood up and brought down at about the 27. Good for about 7 yards, 2nd and 3.
Just kept him honest. They can do that. They can do that pass option stuff too. So he thought he had a little bit more of an opening than he probably really did. Faked it, went up the middle, got a good gain on first down.
Actually going to mark him back a little bit, make it 2nd and 4. As we close in on 4 minutes to go in this opening quarter, 3-0 South Charleston off an opening drive field goal. Cook is the back behind Parsons, and he will get it between the tackles, and there's not much there. Kind of running into the strength of this defense if you're going to keep it between the tackles.
Yeah, they tried it, got a yard positive, but that's, makes it 3rd and manageable, but it was already 2nd and manageable. So I don't know. Interesting play call. We haven't seen them really look downfield. Everything right up to this point really has been screen pass or, a little bit of finesse design behind that. Let's see if they'll decide to test them downfield.
Split backs alongside Parsons, wideouts each way. Cook goes in motion to the top. Parsons to throw, quick slant, ball caught by Fleming.
Oh, and he got
Fleming
through.
Broke loose and headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Parkersburg.
Didn't wrap him up. He was open in the flat. The connection was there. They were going to get the first down, but the secondary did not wrap on that tackle. Bounces off, gets in the end zone. Quick answer to that field goal.
25-yard pitch and catch from Parsons to Fleming, and the Big Reds are on the board.
I was asking for a downfield pass. I don't think it really was, but it was effective. And we could put 6 on the board, so I guess it worked.
Stanley on to attempt the extra point.
That's bad hold.
Snap wasn't great, but it goes through nonetheless. 3:02 left in the first quarter, and the Big Reds jump out in front. 7-3 over South Charleston. You're watching high school football on CAS 45, presented by Washington County Career Center's Adult Technical Training.
The right answers right now. Dunbar and Fowler, the injury attorneys. When you've had a serious injury, you need legal advice immediately. Call today, we'll see you today and guide you every step of the way. The right answers right now. Dunbar and Fowler, the injury attorneys.
Jeremiah's Coffee House in downtown Marietta is more than just the best coffee in town. We have a full menu of locally sourced homemade items, scratch-made breakfast items, sandwiches and wraps, soups and salads, and the tastiest desserts. We can cater your event and even provide a space for your special gathering. And of course, we have the highest quality coffee around. Stop by and see us today or check us out online. Jeremiah's Coffee House, 175 Front Street in Marietta.
Stanley puts the boot to it and will put it into the end zone for a touchback for Parkersburg after the Parsons to Fleming 25-yard touchdown pass. Just a nice slant route, and Fleming did a lot of the work making some guys miss.
It was a good drive in general. They utilized mostly run plays on that, just mixed it up a little bit with the screen pass in an effort to, spread the field out a little bit. But, yeah, right there was just good pitch and catch, as you said. He caught it in the flat, and he had a little bit of room to work with right off the bats. But the secondary was there to make the tackle, just didn't wrap him up. And that was enough to get them sparked into the end zone.
Now it's up to South Charleston to answer. Jones is back there to take the Wildcat snap, and he will hand it off to Clark. And Clark is good for a couple of yards, 2nd down and 8.
If you're a defensive lineman, even a linebacker, and especially in high school, you're thinking, it has to bring it down a couple 180-pounders, maybe a little over 200 pounds, but this is a whole new dynamic tonight. The backup is as big as him, too. So
Yeah, 260 at fullback, 280 at tailback. It's like trying to tackle a refrigerator.
And athletic, too. I mean, they're not just big guys. I mean, they look like they actually have some moves as well.
Same Wildcat formation. And did they just call their third timeout in the first quarter?
They have no more timeouts left in this half.
Holy smokes. So it's been 10 minutes of game time, and South Charleston is now out of timeouts in the first half. Hey, take a second to thank our good friends at DeCarlo's Pizza in Vienna for feeding our broadcast crew tonight. They, that's the biggest sub I've ever seen. And that Supreme Pizza, Mike, not only did we both wreck several pieces of it, but it was amazing.
It didn't even put up a fight at all.
So special thank you to the good folks at DeCarlo's Pizza in Vienna. Hey, we're back on the air Monday. We've got soccer for you from Belpre as Wood County Christian takes on the Golden Eagles, 6 p.m. airtime on Monday. Brian Guthrie, Mike Cameron, we're live here at Stadium Field. It's homecoming for the Big Reds.
I am digging these temperatures, by the way.
This is football weather?
It is indeed football weather.
I don't look like I've had a shower before the game, which is nice. It was pointed out to me once that it looked. Wonder if it had rained earlier in the day.
You go through a number of T-shirts.
Here's Jones on the keeper around the edge on 2nd and 7. He'll stay in bounds. He'll only get a yard or so.
Excellent contain, PHS.
So 3rd and 6.
PHS did exactly what they needed to do. They strung the play out. Did not let him break free. 1 yard gain, 3rd and 6. I'm having a Ferris Bueller flashback here.
In what?
I'm having a Ferris Bueller flashback here. Bow, bow.
An empty backfield. And 4 receivers. No, under center now is Wilson. And he will roll out the pass under all kinds of pressure and just has to throw it away. Nothing doing there as he was under a lot of pressure from Andrew Stallnaker.
Did a great job of just not falling for the fake. He bootlegged out to the opposite side. He had no chance to really get anything off there. He hurried up a pass that had no shot. Just a great job there by PHS linebackers smelling out the play and sticking with it.
If I could channel my Jason Garrett from NBC Sports, naked boot. Punting on 4th down and almost got it. Cook is back there to return for Parkersburg, and he'll get it out to midfield.
I don't know how he missed that. He was there. But good field position. This is a great start for PHS. Got half the field to work with now.
Right on the stripe for Parkersburg, and that's where they'll get the ball for the 2nd time tonight. Touchdown on their last possession. 1:08 on the clock here in the first quarter. A little bit of a late start for tonight's game. They did the cross country, the single senior on the girls cross country team was honored tonight, as well as the PHS Hall of Fame, 2 new inductees. And South Charleston's bus didn't get here until about an hour before game time. I don't know if that had something to do with it or not. Parsons pass to Ice, knocked up in the air and picked off and headed back the other way is, I believe, 52, Tyrell Ellis.
Play action there by Parsons. It was a quick strike. He tried to get him. It was boom, boom. It actually caromed off the shoulder pad of the PHS. Let's see it on the replay.
Dunbar and Fowler replay here, and you can watch Parsons hits Ice in stride, but he just couldn't hang on to it.
Hit him in the hands, just didn't make the catch. Linebacker was there, very opportunistic, and that good field position by PHS, a memory now. Let's see if South Charleston can do something with their great field position.
Wilson to throw, and immediately throws it right back to PHS. Picked off by Stallnaker. Andrew Stallnaker hit him right in the numbers, and so we traded interceptions.
He threw into double coverage.
Had some zip on it.
Step back, looks over.
Stallnaker jumped the route.
There were 2. Really, if you even call number 6 there were 3 guys ready to make that play for PHS. So that was a questionable pass attempt. Boy, they just give it right back.
53 seconds left in an exciting first quarter thus far, and PHS with the ball again. Parsons play action across the middle. This time, ball is complete to Fleming. And he broke a tackle at the 40, and Austin Fleming is gone. Touchdown, Big Reds.
Oh, my gosh, he broke his ankle on that move. He did a little swivel there, and the defensive secondary fell down. Oh, my.
Back half of this one. He was already gone at that point.
Oh, my goodness, though. What a great move. Parsons delivers the ball. The receiver did the rest on that. What a beautiful move to escape. And quick strike gets him back on the board.
So Fleming hauls in his 2nd touchdown catch of the night. Parsons gets credit for the touchdown pass, but Fleming did most of the work on both of those. Breaking tackles on the other end of it.
Breaking tackles and breaking ankles.
Stanley on to attempt the extra point. Skips back to him. He scoops it up. And now he's going to run for the pylon. And he will take a shot at the corner, but in for 2 is Casey Stanley. There you see in the Dunbar and Fowler replay, he's got a line to the corner. Good closing speed there and takes a shot after he crossed the goal line.
He knocked the pylon down, so it counts. But, boy, he paid for it at the end. But you know what? There you go. A little something out of nothing. You make the mistake, you're still able to get something good out of it. So good job there by Stanley.
So Parkersburg now leads 15-3. Brian Guthrie, Mike Cameron, happy to have you tuned in. And the next football game we've got for you, we will be back at Marietta College on Saturday, October 15th, as Wilmington College comes to Don Drum Stadium. Look for you to be there with us. 1:30 on October 15th for Marietta College football.
It will be homecoming, so if you can't make it, we'll try to bring the festivities to you. Should be a good day, though.
Couldn't be any worse than last Saturday.
Yeah, I was out of town for that one.
I was not. I was in the monsoon.
And it from what I understand, it was raining. I know they had a soccer game at that same time. Well, around 2 o'clock.
It was amazing.
Raining. And then as soon as the soccer game was done, that's when the clouds opened up. Let there be rain. You want to see rain? How about this rain?
Casey Stanley to kick it away with a 15-3 lead. This one will come up short of the end zone, taken at the 9. There's 15, 20, 25, and room to run out towards the 30 and stood up, and that's going to be where South Charleston will start.
Respectable start to the drive.
The first drive of the game for South Charleston, pounding the ball, running the ball, and they haven't really done that since.
And used a lot of clock, too. I mean, they used a great deal of that first quarter and just in that first drive. But, yeah, and, well, again, I mean, they look to be a primarily running team, but then that very first drive after the turnover, they went quick strike, and it, of course, did not go in their favor.
Wilson, the quarterback, Clark, the running back right next to him, and it's Wilson to throw on first down. Slings it to Jones out in the flat at the 30, tried to get away and will not. He's good for about a yard. Jones is elusive and has shown some skill running the ball here tonight, but that time he just could not get loose.
Yeah, I was just trying to spread it, basically what PHS was doing. Got to try to spread out the field a little bit. Let's try some stuff out in the flat here. Good coverage there by PHS, though.
And that is going to be the end of the first quarter. Couple of touchdowns, couple of picks, and a field goal, and that's where the first quarter maybe will come to an end. There it is. All right, 15-3, Parkersburg leads South Charleston here at Stadium Field. You're watching high school football presented by Washington County Career Center Adult Technical Training here on CAS 45.
The right answers right now. Dunbar and Fowler, the injury attorneys. When you've had a serious injury, you need legal advice immediately. Call today, we'll see you today and guide you every step of the way. The right answers right now. Dunbar and Fowler, the injury attorneys.
Visitors to our gallery sometimes ask for double-sided bedding, which we have always carried. Most double-sided bedding is built on a grid coil system, which transfers more motion than many light sleepers can tolerate. Whether double-sided or single, the main reason most mattresses fail is because of cheap, low-density foam.
At Mattress Max, our focus has always been on quality, components, and design. When you're ready for a new mattress, we're ready to educate you about your choices.
You like football? You in the right place. Brian and Mike, Stadium Field, 15-3 as we start the second quarter. PHS leads South Charleston. Wilson will be in at the quarterback. Clark motions out into the flat. He will take the pass, and this is like, holy crap. It's like trying to tackle a freezer out there. He's out across the 45 to the 46, another first down.
Okay, so he's
I've never been run over by a U-Haul, but that's what I imagine it would be like.
6 foot, 280. Okay, all right, that's a novelty. We'll hand him the ball every once in a while. No, let's take him out in the flat and see if he'll catch it on a
Put him in space.
Yeah. Give him a little bit of an opening to work with. Yeah, look, he's got soft hands and nimble feet, and he's bringing a pop with him as well.
God. Soft hands and nimble feet, the Mike Cameron story.
I'd watch that movie.
Yeah. Here's Wilson's back under center.
Oh.
Dropped the snap, but gets it back, hands it to Clark, and he will take 3 Big Reds 4 yards down the field to the 49.
No, I don't want to go for a ride. Well, not much of a choice, but you know what? You're going to need about 5. That one took 3 guys to bring him down that time. You're going to need at least anywhere from 3 to 4 guys to consistently tackle this guy.
And if you're going to get 3 or 4 yards every time, just keep feeding
I was going to say, the math works out in your favor.
Again, that is a 260-pound fullback in front of a 280-pound tailback. And this time it takes the entire Big Red defense to stop him after a yard.
But doggone it, they did it. It took a few of them, but they did it. Now they got to go 3rd and long.
55, A.J. Ellis, one of the first Big Reds to get there. So now, 3rd and 5. Maybe 6 for the Black Eagles.
Again, we've not really seen them do the only time they've tried downfield, they got intercepted.
And not much of a throwing team as Wilson airs it out, has Jones open and missed him by a half a step. Wow, he was just throwing to a spot.
The wobbliness of that football actually almost worked in their favor because he was able to catch up to that just still out. Just missed his outstretched hands. Yeah.
And Jones outran both of the corners that were on it.
You know what? That's a little thing that Coach Lee can say, that may work again. That one might just work again.
And the punt, I believe that's a 19. Nicholas Reeby.
Oh,
that one almost got blocked again.
They might have gotten a piece of that one.
And it will be collected about the 35-yard line by the Black Eagles, and that's where PHS will take over just inside 10 minutes to go until the half. Brian and Mike, glad to have you tuned in, whether you are watching on CAS 45, if you are joining us on the CAS Cable Facebook page, if you're joining us on the YouTubes. Happy to have you watch, and make sure you follow us, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all kinds of stuff there, letting you know where we're going to be and what kind of games you can get. We're headed towards basketball season, believe it or don't, as the weather gets cold.
Oh, I love this time of the year. I'll say it. I'll shout it from the rooftops. This is a wonderful time of the year.
Buddy, when I think pumpkin spice, I think Mike Cameron. Parsons throwing on first down. Out into the flat, loose ball.
That's a freebie.
And I think the Black Eagles have it.
You are
correct,
They do,
sir. A fumble.
You know, they call a turnover usually a takeaway. That was a giveaway right there. He didn't. All he did was catch it and drop it on that particular. That was a good pass by Parsons. Plenty of open space there. Just dropped it. And opportunistic as they are, South Charleston covers it. And now they would get the ball with pretty good field position. And as you said,
South Charleston back with the ball.
And as you said, I mean, if they can average 4 yards a rush, that'll work in their favor.
Back to that same play as Wilson will wing it out for Jones. It collects it and scores. Touchdown, South Charleston.
PHS had coverage out there. We did say Coach Lee's going to try that play again. This time he actually went. It wasn't a straight fly pattern. It was actually a post route there. But again, showing his speed. And you could have actually called contact on that play because PHS actually hit him before he made the catch. But he'll collect it. He'll score. We do have an injury on the field there for PHS.
We have a big red down at the 40-yard line. But an incredible throw and catch. And I mean, you pretty much called it of, the ball was a little overthrown before they had to punt. Jones outran everybody. Immediately back to the same play.
Yeah, Coach Lee, that's something you got to write that down because, Jones outran his coverage by 15 yards. I mean, there was that much spacing on the incomplete play. So I didn't think he'd go to the well that quickly. He did. PHS, and the thing is PHS had better coverage on that play. It might have been even a little underthrown once again by the quarterback, but it worked because Jones made a great catch, took the contact, bounced off, scored.
Trying to get a number on
Is that 23?
It is 23. That is Matthew Stallnaker, number 23, who is being helped off the field for the Big Reds. A sideline warning for South Charleston as they were very happy as they have now scored twice in a game for the first time this season. And in to attempt the extra point and make this a 5-point game. Kick is up and kick is good. 9:41 left in the second, and South Charleston's back on the board. It's 15-10 Big Reds. You're watching high school football presented by the Washington County Career Center Adult Technical Training on CAS 45.
My dream has always been to become a certified medical assistant and to be able to work at Merida Memorial Hospital through their facilities. The Washington County Career Center made that happen by teaching me all the things that I needed to learn, helping me with my placement. The instructors were outstanding, and they just with helping me through school and some of the life things that I faced during that time. If you have any goals or dreams that you would like to obtain, don't hesitate to reach out to the Career Center for some guidance and help.
The Career Center, hands-on training that works.
.941 left in the second quarter after the Black Eagle touchdown of Wilson to Jones.
A young, hungry team that wants to have success. You keep giving them a chance like this.
And kicked out of bounds again.
They've done that twice now. They've just chip-shotted it out of bounds.
They may be a little gun shy if their kick coverage isn't good. We'll take it at the 35.
We know how much we need to defend at that point, so yeah.
So the PHS defense held South Charleston to a punt, but immediately fumbled it. And then that led to 7 points for the Black Eagles. And Matt Kimes is going to make them kick it again. That you don't see very often. Usually you just take it at the 35.
This could be an interesting little game here. Well, we'll just keep kicking it out of bounds. And, well, I mean, eventually it's going to have to stop.
South Charleston burned through all 3 of their timeouts in the first quarter. PHS yet to use one, and now they're going to have to kick it again. Left footer is number 16. Is that 16?
Their numbers are just stylized. It's kind of tough to see it. I think you're right. I think it did.
At 16, it's Dice, I think, or 18. Raider, I can't tell. And actually worse field position as it's caught and downed at the 26. 27. Mark it at 27. Could have had it at the 35, right? Oh, well, I'm not a coach.
Sometimes the gambles work. Sometimes the gambles don't pay off.
You know, Mike, I hear you got to know when to fold them. know when to hold them. You have to also know when to walk away and know when to run.
Did I unknowingly set you up for that?
Yes, you did.
All right.
Fault.
I loved every minute of it, though.
So Parsons back in the shotgun on 1st and 10 for the Big Reds. Play action, wide open to complete to Ice, and he's out to the 39 and a Big Red first down. Jones on the coverage for the Black Eagles.
Good downfield movement. The at least 3 receivers were going further down the field, and then Ice did break off of his route to come forward. That was wide open. They had enough for the first down. He got a couple extra yards there, but good play design there by the Big Reds. Flip the field.
Ice, Stolniker, and Stanley are the 3 receivers to the top. Ice in motion, and he'll take it on the jet sweep. Not a whole lot there as Jones catches him just across the line of scrimmage, good for 1.
This Jones kid for South Charleston, he is literally everywhere. He is everywhere. He's on the offensive side. He's running, he's throwing it, he's catching it. Now he's tackling. And he fought off a block to get to that.
They're going to mark the ball at the 42-yard line, so 2nd and 8.
PHS just wants to give him multiple looks.
Parsons to throw again, across the middle to Stanley. Jones on the tackle out at the 46.
He's everywhere.
They're going to mark him just short of the 48-yard line, and it'll bring up 3rd and short. 15-10 as we are close to 8 minutes to go here until the half. Homecoming festivities scheduled for Stadium Field here at the half.
And when the calendar flips to October, it's just, I mean, the football season just has a whole new meaning at that point. Nice.
Here's
play
Cook
call.
on the delay and all kinds of room, and he's going to have to be tracked down at the 35-yard line, a big chunk for Aiden Cook.
Coach Kimes called that play, hoping to get 3 yards and to move the chains. So bonus yards on that big time. And because, you know, the passing game has been working for, you know, despite that interception just a few possessions ago, the South Charleston is definitely thinking about that. So they saw the play action, they bit for it, and not only did they get the 3 yards that they needed for the first down, got plenty of extra as well.
Empty set now for Parsons on 1st and 10. Man in motion is Xavier Robinson.
Nice
High
catch.
Made by Fleming, and Fleming is again breaking tackles and headed to the end zone. Still on his feet inside the 15 before a host of white shirts bring him down. A couple of the South Charleston players are saying they have the football. No signal, no signal. And they'll say first down, Big Reds.
Lots to unpack with that play. I mean, first off, the athletic catch, one arm bringing it back in, and then all of that extracurricular right there. Boy, he just worked hard, yards after the catch. Oh, my goodness.
And at some point, you got to think discretion's the better part of valor. Of if they keep standing you up and they're not blowing the whistle, people are going to start coming for the football.
And we thought that might have been the case right there at the end of that play.
2 backs this time with Parsons on 1st and 10 for the Big Reds. And David will take it himself, tries to jump the line, but not really much there. A quick score update from across the river as Williamstown playing in Don Drum Stadium in Marietta tonight against the Weir Red Riders out of Weirton, West Virginia. 23-13, Yellow Jackets lead at the half.
I have a pick'em show on my radio show, and I stayed away from that game.
I'm being told it's 28-13.
Oh, okay. I wanted to think they could win it. I think they were good enough to do so, but I stayed away from that one.
2nd and 9 at the 13 for the Big Reds. Aiden Cook right down Main Street. Spins away from one man at the 8 and is inside the 5, and will set up first and goal for the Big Reds.
That was a two-parted play right there. The line did a great job of getting him the opening that he needed. The first 7 yards were because each Big Red won their assignment on the offensive line. And then the rest of it was good athletic move. That little spin move got the extra yardage there, but PHS won that possession right there.
Now our head official, Rex Foster, wants to have a measurement, so official timeout. It'll either be 3rd and about a foot or first and goal.
What do you
Other
say?
scores from around AAA, Cabell Midland leads Spring Valley 14-10. Musselman leads Hedgersville 21-13. It's Bridgeport 35, Preston 7. Hurricane in Princeton has Hurricane on top by a touchdown, 14-7. 14-7 also the scores. Huntington leads Woodrow Wilson. Jefferson leads James Wood, Virginia, 20-0. John Marshall up on Kaiser, 21-14. Morgantown a 7-0 lead over Fairmont Senior. University leads 24-8 over Albert Gallatin at a PA. And Capital actually has a lead, 7-0 over Riverside. First and goal at the 3 is how they'll mark it. And it's a handoff from Parsons. Gives it to Logan Hartshorn, and he's in for the touchdown. 3-yard run for Hartshorn.
That one was designed to go up the middle. He saw nothing there, all blocked off. All right, let's see what happens to the right side. He found the lane that he needed. Touchdown, Big Reds.
Casey Stanley on to attempt the extra point. Bad snap had Stanley running for his life on the last extra point. He got the 2, but he also got a shot in the chops for his efforts. Good snap this time. And Stanley will drill it. 5:24 until the half. Big Reds 22, Black Eagles 10. You're watching high school football presented by the Washington County Career Center Adult Technical Training on CAS 45.
My dream has always been to become a certified medical assistant and to be able to work at Merida Memorial Hospital through their facilities. The Washington County Career Center made that happen by teaching me all the things that I needed to learn, helping me with my placement. The instructors were outstanding, and they just with helping me through school and some of the life things that I faced during that time. If you have any goals or dreams that you would like to obtain, don't hesitate to reach out to the Career Center for some guidance and help.
The Career Center, hands-on training that works.
The area's only locally owned steakhouse and premier dining experience is now open on Sundays. Rivertown Grill, Williamstown.
I am merely the Ann Wilson to Mike Cameron's Nancy Wilson. Barracuda. 22-10, Parkersburg leads South Charleston. Hartshorn, the 3-yard touchdown run. You have a thing for Nancy Wilson, don't you? It's all right. You're in a safe space.
Okay. Yeah. To say that she helped me get through high school.
Stanley's kick goes out of the end zone. So Nancy Wilson versus Elizabeth Shue. I noticed you were Facebook loving Elizabeth Shue the other day.
No. It was her birthday yesterday.
I know.
I don't know why I knew that, but no. Elizabeth Shue wins every battle.
Oh, every battle.
Every battle.
Okay. She is a Madden 99.
Oh my goodness. Yes, she is. She is the Bo Jackson for Tecmo Bowl.
That is the metaphor of the year. First and 10, South Charleston, their own 20-yard line after the touchback. Wilson will be under the center, and it looks like I think Jones is the running back. And Jones is going to run into the first wave, spins out, but is going to lose a yard.
PHS blew that play up. 3
16.
guys in the internal, they got there. He basically got the ball and he got tackled. There was nowhere for him to go.
That's actually number 16, Delvicchio Dice.
You are doing a flawless job with these names, by the way.
I don't know if I'm wrong or not. So
I just like
you.
your finesse and your style. I like it.
Dice will stay in at the tailback. Wilson now out of the shotgun on 2nd and 11. Quick throw into the flat. Complete. Good pursuit from PHS.
Still on his
feet and got away. I'm not sure how he got out of there, but Avery Pinnell somehow got out of what should have been a 2-yard loss and got out to midfield.
He just didn't give up on the play. I mean, you know, you see them set up that play. We had PHS about 3 or 4 guys extra in the box there. They were blitzing. They were in there. They put a stop to that play before it really got going, but you just didn't tell the receiver that. And
no, I thought he was done.
Yeah,
and then everybody started yelling because he was still running.
Yeah, and they very easily could have maybe said forward progress had been stopped. I don't know, but he got away, and he got away big time, all the way almost to midfield. What a great play there by Pinnell.
Wilson back under center. Play action. Bootleg near side. Flag is down. He throws downfield, complete to Jones, who was brought down by Casey Stanley, and we'll see what the penalty is.
It's usually a formation kind of thing. I don't think they like the formation. He threw the flag too early for it. There you go.
Legal shift.
He threw that flag way too early for it to be a holding call, so it had to have been something in the
he dropped
the
it right at the
look.
line of scrimmage, so.
Well, PHS could have used that, that's for sure, because that would have been another good play right there, good gain on the passing play. So now that they get to move a couple yards backwards, PHS can be a little relieved about that.
1st and 15 after the penalty is South Charleston. A lot of errors this evening, and that's what, you know, Coach Lee said that, you know, you can't beat yourself and all that other kind of stuff. You know, typical coach speak.
Yeah.
Out of the shotgun on 1st and 15 to throw down the seam, wide open and caught. And down to the 31-yard line is Pinnell.
Wilson he's got a pretty good arm. Now, I mean, really, if you wanted to be a critiquing person, he's underthrowing the ball, but let me tell you something. It's been effective every time. It's actually helped his receivers to be able to adjust the ball, catch it, and then make the move on that point.
Now,
great pass.
I could be wrong, but I think that was 4 go routes. Everybody just went straight up the field, and he found a seam to throw it in.
Just go. I'll get it to you somehow.
1st down and a handoff. I believe that is Dice is inside
16,
the 30.
Yep.
And flags.
Laundry on the field.
I think it's either a hold or a face mask.
Ooh, that's a biggie.
And they're going to burn PHS for a 15-yard face mask penalty, and that's going to give the Black Eagles another 1st down.
They got plenty of time on the clock.
2:44 left in the half. I have to point out again, South Charleston burned all 3 timeouts in the first 8 minutes of this ball game.
You don't see that
to
very
say
often.
They were possibly unprepared, a little befuddled to start the game. But a nice drive here for the Black Eagles. Handoff goes to Dice. He is
touchdown.
shaking and baking, and he's in for a touchdown.
PHS showed blitz once again. They did stack up a little bit more in the box, and all that did was draw everybody inside. Dice went just about a yard outside the tackle, and he didn't really even get touched until about the 2-yard line. He was able to fend off that tackle. Touchdown. So we were sitting there wondering, man, they got plenty of time. Yeah, they had just enough time to do whatever they wanted to.
Mike, did they score too soon?
Oh, yes. The eternal question.
I love it when people think that you can dictate when you get to score. Extra point attempt is up and good. 2:24 left in the half. And South Charleston's hanging around. 22-17, Parkersburg leads. You're watching high school football presented by the Washington County Career Center, Adult Technical Training on CAS 45.
The right answers right now. Dunbar and Fowler, the injury attorneys. When you've had a serious injury, you need legal advice immediately. Call today, we'll see you today and guide you every step of the way. The right answers right now. Dunbar and Fowler, the injury attorneys.
Jeremiah's Coffee House in downtown Marietta is more than just the best coffee in town. We have a full menu of locally sourced homemade items, scratch-made breakfast items, sandwiches and wraps, soups and salads, and the tastiest desserts. We can cater your event and even provide a space for your special gathering. And of course, we have the highest quality coffee around. Stop by and see us today or check us out online. Jeremiah's Coffee House, 175 Front Street in Marietta.
South Charleston had scored 20 points all season coming into this game. They have 17 tonight. 22-17 in what is turning into a barn burner here at Stadium Field.
That is a full dose of perspective right there.
Short kick will stay inbounds, taken at the 25. I believe that is Stallnicker. No, Logan Hartshorn. Tackle up high by Hayes for South Charleston, and the Big Reds will start at the 39 with all 3 timeouts and 2:16 to work with.
Yeah, each and every play, we see them. Well, I'm talking South Charleston at this point. You see confidence welling inside them, and just like again, the perspective of almost scoring the full amount of season points in this first half. They're playing very spirited ball right now. PHS has got to do something that got to take them out right now. Take them out of the game. Take them out of their progress that they got going on right now.
Junior quarterback David Parsons calls for the ball. Will hand off to Aiden Cook. Coming near side and swallowed up at the line of scrimmage, if not a yard behind.
Well, we're in a good situation right now, PHS, that they couldn't go, if they wanted to run the clock out and go into the half with the lead. South Charleston can't do anything about it. It might be not a bad idea. Let's just regroup. Let's go into halftime and let's talk it over for a little bit. And they're winning the game. I mean, they're leading the game right now.
Yeah.
So.
PHS will get the third quarter kickoff as Parsons zips it in there. Casey Stanley couldn't hang on to it, but that was a heck of a throw.
That was a laser beam by Parsons, and the kid's got technique. The kid's got ability. He's going to be, I have every reason to believe that he'll be playing on Saturdays as well in a couple of years. Might have been a little bit too much mustard for Stanley on that one. I don't know, but...
So 3rd and 10 for the Big Reds.
Interesting call, too, because we did say maybe they would try to run out the clock, but they didn't at that time. They would try to pass play, and without the connection there, the clock stops.
And Parsons to throw again. This time flushed out of the pocket, has to get rid of it. Finds his man over the middle is Ice, and Ice will have a first down inside the South Charleston 45.
That's good rapport there between quarterback and receiver right there, because he did avoid the rush. He had to step up, and when he did that, the receiver noticed it too. He came to him. He was still enough to move the chains there, but he got away from his guy by moving towards the quarterback. Good communication there by quarterback and receiver.
Correct me if I'm wrong. That's the first time South Charleston's really gotten pressure on it.
Yep.
And they got him again. This time they'll sling him down at midfield. And timeout called by Parkersburg.
Yeah,
after the 6-yard sack.
Coach Kimes is wanting, from what I can see right now, Coach Kimes is wanting to put another score on before the half is up.
And rightfully so. It's you don't want to play it too safe.
No, I totally understand that.
If we can get some more points and then get the ball back to start the third, by all means you do it. You've still got 65 seconds and 2 more timeouts, but a sack like that, that's dead center in the middle of the field, not really what you're looking for.
Yeah, but the last 3 plays really have been downfield. Look downfield, see how many yards we can get on those fly patterns, and they have not been able to make the big connections. They got the one that was able to get the first down. But, yeah, they're seriously looking down the field. They want to put another strike on the board before this halftime comes. I think Parsons is saying, yeah, we could probably use another maybe 3 or 4 seconds of protection here.
And South Charleston jumped across. If they make contact, then that's a penalty. And it will be against the Black Eagles. So Parkersburg's going to get most of that sack back.
There you go.
Second time we've seen the Black Eagles jump across this evening.
Doesn't change the play call, though, I guarantee it.
No.
Situation
Cook goes
is
in
the
motion.
same.
Parsons to throw, setting up the screen in the middle of the field. Brought in by Fleming, who has 2 touchdowns tonight, and brought down by the arm. Nice job by Dice, 16, to grab on and not let go, and another timeout from Parkersburg.
Number 34 for South Charleston actually did a really good job. I think he actually recognized it was going to be a screen. He was close. It was just over his fingertips, but he was there. So that made that play all the more dangerous. I still got a couple of good yards out of it, but it's 3rd and long, and it forced him to take that second timeout.
Inside a minute left as the Big Reds have to burn another timeout. Fleming, 2 touchdown catches already tonight. 25-yarder and a 67-yarder. Coach Kimes meeting with his team. Coach Lee across the way with his South Charleston Black Eagles.
Carl Lee, didn't he? He played for the Vikings, did he not?
He was an All-American with Marshall University, so I fanboyed a little bit, took a selfie with him. And then an 11-year NFL career, 10 with the Vikings, 3 or 4-time All-Pro, and he is in the Vikings Hall of Fame, I believe, or Ring of Honor or whatever they have.
And just by, that conversation you had, I was just a couple feet away, I think he could still play. The man is fit.
I wouldn't challenge him to a fight.
No.
3rd and long for Parkersburg. Parsons to throw, has time, steps up, gets it to Fleming.
Nice.
Fleming makes a move. He's got the first down inside the 30. 25-20, brought down inbounds. Clock will stop to move the chains at 41 seconds, but it'll start once they spot it.
Great job by Fleming. Fleming got the first down. Parsons delivered the pass, but if Fleming doesn't make that move, they don't move the chains.
And Parsons will spike it on first down to stop the clock at 36 seconds, preserve that last timeout. Casey Stanley's got a good leg, so I think you might be in field goal range now. But they want to get to that end zone.
Yeah, I think with what just happened on the last possession, Coach Kimes wants it back. And with not giving them the opportunity to get another one on top of that. So I'd say right now we are Operation End Zone right here.
Code name.
Everything's code
name touchdown. Parsons flushed out. Finally gets rid of it.
Oh.
The clock is running and running and running and is inside 30 seconds, and that was a lot of work for 2 yards. And now it's 3rd down, and now they've got to burn their last time out.
Well, Parsons,
I can appreciate the effort.
Exactly. I was getting ready to say that.
It took too long.
Parsons was trying his best to just, kind of get the play to continue, find that open receiver. I think he would have been happy if that receiver would have just caught it and went the other direction, but he spun towards the in the middle of the field. And again, that took a couple of prime, 6 seconds off the clock right there.
Yeah. So that was the last time out for Parkersburg. The scoreboard is still saying they have one left, but I'm pretty sure that was the last one.
I think you're right.
So now, with 21 seconds and third down, a first down will stop the clock momentarily. But depending on how fast you can get to the line is whether or not you're spiking that ball.
Right.
So is this shot at the end zone field goal if you have to? Put your coach hat on.
That's my call. That's my call. Try to get something in the corner of the end zone that will probably only take a couple of seconds. You know, I really, just like you said, a first down, they won't really have enough time to get up there. Well, maybe. I don't know.
You could, but it depends on where everybody ends
yeah,
up.
There's a lot of particulars that involved with that. So
Parsons to throw. He will go to the end zone, man open, but overthrows him. It's out of bounds. Casey Stanley had a shot at it. Almost got our camera person down there, and Casey Stanley is a little hot under the collar.
Yeah, the play spilled out all the way to the track here at Stadium Field, so he did not appreciate that. Problem is your kicker was the receiver right there, so they may, well, I mean, it's off an incomplete pass. They've got all the time in the world. Yep, there we go. But he does have to shake off that hit.
So here's Casey Stanley after the altercation on the track to try a 35-yard field goal. That's got plenty of leg, but it's off the mark and no good with 16 seconds left in the half.
With 16 seconds left in the first half, the score is the Big Reds 22.
So at this point, you take a knee and you go to the lot. Please don't do what Marietta did against Williamstown a couple of weeks ago. Oh, you're killing me. Interception return for a touchdown with zeros on the clock at half. Yeah, I would. My coach hat says take a knee, live to fight another day.
Oh, yeah. They're moving very nicely. The last couple of possessions have been very good for South Charleston. I have no reason to believe that trend will change in the second half. So you take the knee, go into halftime, regroup.
South Charleston's got to feel good about the first half that they played.
And they've spread the field
down
out.
Only 5, and they'll go 4 wide on first down with 16 seconds left because why not? Wilson to throw. What do I know?
Oh,
and it's picked off at the 40. Coming back the other way, 30.
And now they've
dropped at the 20-yard line with 7 seconds left.
And now they have time to run a play and maybe kick another field goal.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Watch it again on the Dunbar and Fowler replay. Wilson cuts it loose right across the middle of the field where there's a lot of red shirts.
He's just playing center field. He was just playing center field on that play.
And Matt Kimes is not going to take any chances.
There you go. Try it again.
He's going to try a field goal here with 7 seconds left on first down. That way if the snap's bad, you can fall on it and try it again. Here's Casey Stanley. And that time he got it.
Wow. There's a lot to unpack in these last couple of minutes.
I don't know what to do with that, Mike.
You just said it. You just said it right before that. Don't throw any interceptions.
Just take a knee. There's nothing wrong with it.
That lack of knee cost them 3 points.
God, I got 2 extra ones if you need one.
Now you can have mine. They're not
there.
Yeah.
If you need one.
Oh.
Ka-ching!
Oh, the dad jokes. They're flowing.
Oh.
I'd give mine to the mix too, but nobody wants my knees.
No, mine are garbage. So 6 seconds left. 25-17. And again, PHS will get the third quarter kickoff.
And by the way, dude does have quite the leg there.
That
would have been
I can't believe he missed the first one.
Yeah, that would have been good from 45, maybe closer to 50 as well. That was a great kick. But yeah, I mean, they're moving the ball. They're moving the ball pretty good. They've made some mistakes along the way. They made mistakes before that drive, but that was a biggie right there. That could really be painful later on.
And Stanley will pooch kick it, taken by one of the big men up front. He's out to the 41-yard line. 68 is a whole lot of man. Shane Powell, 6'1", 275. So did the clock expire, or is there time for a play? They're going to say that's a half.
I think that's wise.
So, an adventurous first half at Stadium Field has PHS leading South Charleston 25-17. I can't wait to see what happens in the second half.
Come on back.
Come on back. You're watching high school football presented by the Washington County Career Center Adult Technical Training on CAS 45.
That's fine.
My dream has always been to become a certified medical assistant and to be able to work at Merida Memorial Hospital through their facilities. The Washington County Career Center made that happen by teaching me all the things that I needed to learn, helping me with my placement. The instructors were outstanding, and they just with helping me through school and some of the life things that I faced during that time. If you have any goals or dreams that you would like to obtain, don't hesitate to reach out to the Career Center for some guidance and help.
The Career Center, hands-on training that works.
When our customers come into our offices, we want them to feel like there's something for them. We have some customers that still want to come in and talk to someone and see someone face to face, and people will always be first. We also want to be able to provide the mobile deposit or the ability to bank from anywhere regardless of where you live. We hope that this new look really becomes a reflection to our customers, to our employees, and to our communities of what banking can be.
The right answers right now. Dunbar and Fowler, the injury attorneys. When you've had a serious injury, you need legal advice immediately. Call today, we'll see you today and guide you every step of the way. The right answers right now. Dunbar and Fowler, the injury attorneys.
Council would like to welcome you to the 2022 Parkersburg High School Homecoming Coronation. Tonight we will crown a queen and king from the senior class, along with a prince and princess from the junior, sophomore, and freshman classes. All attendants will be given a carnation wrapped in paper. Once opened, their flowers will either be white or red. Attendants receiving a red carnation will be crowned and sashed as winners. Ninth grade attendance, Kennedy Porter, daughter of Melissa and Chad Porter, is being escorted by Deacon Roberts, son of Amanda and Jeremy Roberts. Natalie Kaufman, daughter of Jill and Tim Kaufman, escorted by Will Hopkins, son of Kathy and Chris Hopkins. Emma Stanley, daughter of Eric and Erin Stanley, escorted by Aiden Matthews, son of Jason and Valerie Matthews. Isabella Woods, daughter of Christina and Josh Woods, escorted by Parker Slattery, son of John Slattery and Misty Dillon. Grade attendance, Katie Anderson, daughter of Jennifer and Brett Anderson, escorted by Rudy Colombo, son of Marlene and Mike Colombo. Jocelyn Bradley, escorted by Guy Bradley, children of Angela and Gary Bradley. Isabella King, daughter of Terry and PJ King, escorted by Owen Friend, son of Pat and Natasha Friend. Junior attendance, Ava Cottrell, daughter of William and Christy Cottrell, escorted by Hayden Hemmings, grandson of Lori McGinnis Pratt. Olivia Perkins, daughter of Kim and Aaron Perkins, escorted by Anthony Ice, son of Lori and Sam Bruce. Kiki Stats, daughter of Eddie and Nikki Stats, escorted by Mason Siren, son of Ashley and Ronnie Lott and Josh and Brooke Siren.
Let's go, Mace!
Senior attendance, Peyton Harvey, daughter of Leah Fleet and Eric Harvey, escorted by Quavon Cyrus, son of Deshaun Busby and Michelle Cyrus.
Let's go! Cue!
M. Ketchum, daughter of Ashley Ketchum, escorted by Zach Shockey, son of Kaylee and Justin Starkey. Lily Wharton, daughter of Tracy and Dan Wharton, escorted by Noah Ray, son of Kelly and Jeff Ray. Freshman attendants, please open your flowers. The princess is Isabella Woods, and the prince is Will Hopkins. Sophomore attendants, please open your flowers. The princess is Jocelyn Bradley, and the prince is Guy Bradley. Junior attendants, please open your flowers. The princess is Olivia Perkins, and the prince is Anthony Ice. Senior attendants, please open your flowers. The queen is Peyton Harvey, and the king is Quavon Cyrus. The 2021 homecoming queen, Beyonce Pierce, and the king, Carter King, will be presenting the tiara, roses, and crown and sashes. Congratulations to the 2022 royalty and their attendance. Attention Parkersburg High School alumni, please go to the north end zone for snacks and to sign up for a door prize.
What's the door prize?
Dig in at Tiber Way Grill in Marietta. Grab a delicious appetizer while you watch the game, or have a seat in our dining room and eat your meal in comfort. Swing in on Saturdays and Sundays for our Bloody Mary brunch. Our menu is full of options to satisfy anyone's palate. Plus, follow us on Facebook to see our specials throughout the week. Try something new and tasty at the Tiber Way Grill, located on Tiber Way in downtown Marietta.
Honest Fred's Flooring, your home for quality flooring at a fair price. We know shopping for flooring can be stressful, so you can count on us for an honest deal and a stress-free shopping experience. Whatever your flooring needs, rest assured we have the flooring that's right for your lifestyle. And Honest Fred's is with you every step of the way, from consultation to installation. You'll get the flooring you want, the service you need, and the value you deserve. Shop Honest Fred's, Parkersburg, Marietta, and Spencer, or visit us online at honestfreds.com.
Community. It's a word that means a lot of things to a lot of people. Here at Williamstown Bank, we're proud to have been a part of the community for more than a century. Our friendly and experienced staff is here to offer you the help you need to make the most of your future. Any bank can have branches, but we've always been pretty proud of our roots. Williamstown Bank, what banking can be.
Jeremiah's Coffee House in downtown Marietta is more than just the best coffee in town. We have a full menu of locally sourced homemade items, scratch-made breakfast items, sandwiches and wraps, soups and salads, and the tastiest desserts. We can cater your event and even provide a space for your special gathering. And of course, we have the highest quality coffee around. Stop by and see us today or check us out online. Jeremiah's Coffee House, 175 Front Street in Marietta.
Every place has a feeling. Every town has a culture. For us in West Virginia, it's the people that make it special. At Grog's, our days start and end with award-winning service. Because for those who are lucky enough to call West Virginia home, we will always be here to make sure home is a safe and comfortable place. To the customers we've met along the way and to those we will meet in the future, we thank you for making Grog's Home Services the top choice in the Mid-Ohio Valley.
The Butcher Ben Autumn Festival is the place to go this fall for family-friendly entertainment. There will be plenty of food, games, and fun for all ages, including hay rides, a haunted barn, trunk or treat, costume and pumpkin decorating contests, and more. Parking is free, so visit the Butcher Ben Autumn Festival the last 3 weekends in October at the West Virginia Interstate Fairgrounds in Mineral Wells. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and go to butcherbenautumnfestival.org for more information.
Back here at Stadium Field at the half, 25-17. Parkersburg leads South Charleston after an exciting first half. And congratulations to Peyton Harvey and Quavon Cyrus, the homecoming king and queen for Parkersburg High School. Checking some scores from around the state. Number 1, Spring Valley trails number 8, Cabell Midland, 21-17. Actually, that one has gone final. Cabell Midland has upset Spring Valley, 21-17.
Oh, my.
Musselman, number 3 team in the state, leads number 13, Hedgesville, 41-13. Number 5, Bridgeport leads Preston, 55-13. Number 6, Huntington leads number 9, Woodrow Wilson, 28-7. Let's see. John Marshall leads Kaiser, 24-14. Morgantown, a winner over Fairmont Senior, 14-0. Let's see. And Ripley leads St. Albans 30-0 in the third quarter. Check our single A scores. Fourth quarter, Williamstown leads Weir 42-13. That one in the fourth. Area teams. Wahama is shutting out Ravenswood 44-0.
White Falcons are for real. I know I throw that term around a lot, Wahama is the real deal this year.
Ritchie County and South Harrison are tied up at 26 in the fourth quarter. And that's pretty much it. Brian Guthrie here, Mike Cameron right over there. Did you go talk to our good friend Jay Bennett?
He supplied me with lots of numbers. You want to hear some of them?
I would love to hear some.
First downs, pretty closely matched. PHS with 10, South Charleston with 9. PHS has not punted the ball yet. South Charleston 2 punts for 27 yards. Penalties, 1 penalty on PHS for 13 yards. It's one of those half the distance to the goals ones. South Charleston has had 5 penalties for 25 yards. PHS has fumbled once, lost that fumble. Individual stats, passing, David Parsons, 11 for 14 for 184 yards passing. He has the 2 touchdown passes, and he was also picked off once. Whereas Wilson on the other side, 6 for 10. He has had 2 interceptions. He's also thrown for 121 yards. Rushing-wise, PHS, 11 rushes for 51 yards. Cook has gotten the bulk of that, 6 rushes, 46 yards. South Charleston, 14 rushes for 63 yards. Leading the way is Jones, 4 rushes, 32 yards. And then behind him is Aaron Clark, 5 rushes for 19 yards. The 1 touchdown on the ground was scored by Dias. He has 3 rushes, 17 yards, 1 touchdown run. Total yards, PHS winning that battle 235 to 183. Receiving-wise, Ice has 3 catches for PHS, 32 yards. Fleming is having quite the evening. 6 catches, 144 yards, along with those 2 touchdown catches. And on the other side, Pinnell, 2 catches, 55 yards. He's leading the way for South Charleston. Jones has 3 catches for 52 yards, and Dias had that 1 catch for 14 yards. So, but a pretty balanced game for the most parts. PHS, right now, you just got to ask yourself why. Why do that play there at the end? They did it though, But Coach Lee's just going to hope that the success that he had in that first half will continue on. They've been scoring pretty much, fairly easily today. They've played well. Just a couple of mistakes along the way.
It would be a shame if that came back to bite them.
Yeah.
If you end up losing by 3 or something, because Casey Stanley is an excellent kicker. You got him to miss one, and you just had to sit down.
You gave it. You gave it right back to him.
You gave him right back to him, and he give him too many shots, he's going to burn you, and he did. Drilled it through there, and that one would have been good from 10 yards farther back, too. So that's where we stand at 25-17. South Charleston, I believe, with their first lead of the season when they led this game 3-0 after the first drive. PHS has led since then 7-3, 15-3, then 15-10, 22-10, then 22-17, and 25-17. I think Austin Fleming's probably the MVP of the first half with his incredible running after the
oh
catch
my goodness,
to get both those scores. Breaking hearts and snapping ankles, as it were. And PHS will get the ball to start the second half. I believe that is 18 Raider. Devin Raider to kick it off for the Black Eagles. Pops it up, taking on the numbers at the 30. That 13 is Hartshorn, and he'll take it out near midfield. And that's where everybody will be stood up. And we'll see if things get chippy here as they started to get a little animated towards the end of the first half.
Well, we called that play. We said, there's just enough time for them to do, let's say, a fade pattern. They did the fade pattern to the corner, and it would have been an incredible catch, but the coverage was there. Yeah, it was. It was a pretty aggressive play, but you're playing football, so go out there and
say tiddlywinks.
He's going to try to dispossess you from the ball. Is that a word?
It is now. Quick slant from Parsons and intended for Fleming, but dropped incomplete. Second and 10. And Fleming will check back out. Excellent field position to start the second half here for the Big Reds. Two receivers to the bottom, one to the top. Backs either way for Parsons. And Parsons to throw, flushed out of the pocket and tries to drop it off to Hartshorn, and it will drop incomplete. And an inauspicious first two plays for the Big Reds.
I'd go as far as to say it's ugly. I mean, that was a dropped pass in the flats.
And a drop slant.
And, yeah, it just rough start. But you know what? That's all right. I mean,
you got all the juice, you got all the momentum.
Right.
I mean, a little longer halftime with the homecoming stuff, but that's, everybody got the same length of halftime.
Exactly.
So
3rd and 10. Let's see if they try to spread the field out again. Got to stay out of the middle of the field there, or the middle of the line.
Play action. Parsons throws. Nice catch by Fleming at the 40. He'll tight rope down the near sideline before he's finally dropped at the 23-yard line. A big first down for the Big Reds.
Good pass, excellent pass, and also a pretty good route there by Fleming too. They hit him right in line, and he got the ghost of that drop pass just a couple plays ago off of his shoulders. Good forward gain right there. Move the chains. And he caught that in traffic, too. There was a lot of people around him. Can I get some more in my ear? All right. Yeah, that's better. That's better.
Cook goes in motion. Parsons will flip it out to him in the flat. Cook tries to run through two Eagles, but won't get it. Gets about 5 on the play.
That's an extended running play. I mean, I know he threw the ball, but that's an extended running play. That's just like a big old pitch.
Yeah.
Get him out in space.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, get him out in plenty of space. 5 yards, you're going to get 5 yards on that play every time. As long as the blocking's pretty good. I'll say that. I'll throw one qualifier in there.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
Just one? You good
Just
with
the one.
All right.
Just the one. Get some good blocking in there, you'll get 5 yards.
2nd and 5 at the 22. Parsons.
Nice move.
Going to keep it himself into the end zone. Touchdown, Big Reds. 22-yard run for David Parsons, and he extends the Parkersburg lead.
Called his own number. Good ball fake. And what a great move at the end of the play.
Watch it there on the Dunbar and Fowler replay, and excellent ball fake. I thought Cook had it.
I did too. It was an excellent play action there. And really good running there by Parsons. We see all the other things that he does well from the quarterback position, but there showed that he's got some good running abilities as well.
Extra point from Casey Stanley is good. We'll keep it right here as our score is now 32-17. Why does the scoreboard say South Charleston has 18? 32-17, there it is.
All right. They gave the wrong team the extra point. Well, you know what? You said inauspicious. I said ugly. It was just not a very good first couple of plays.
They turn it around.
And then they just blew it up.
Yeah.
Why worry?
Yeah. Special thanks to DeCarlo's Pizza, Grand Central Avenue in Vienna, for feeding our crew tonight. Fantastic pizza and subs. Just delicious stuff. And so a big thank you to DeCarlo's Pizza, Grand Central Avenue in Vienna, for feeding us tonight. Glad you're joining us here on CAS 45, the CAS Cable Facebook page, or on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for the latest programming updates and where we're going to be and when we're going to be there. Casey Stanley has it teed up. Now leading 32-17, and that one's going to sail into the end zone for a touchback. Out of the locker room. Ooh. Flags, we got some shovings.
Yeah, that, again, one of those situations, it's always the second guy. Now, I'm not saying that PHS did anything to instigate that, but it was a player that kind of tripped over, it was a South Charleston player that tripped over a PHS player. Once he got back up, the first thing he did was run over to the guy and push him, and he did it right in front of the referee. I mean, it's not like we have to hire a detective to figure out who did this.
So the penalty goes on 22, Billiardo Kenny. And half the distance puts it at the 10. South Charleston needs to keep churning out the points if they're going to stay in this game. They've scored 20 points all season coming into this game, so the 17 thus far has been surprising. They'll go with their wrecking ball in the backfield in Aaron Clark as Wilson goes under center on 1st and 10 from the 10. And it is Clark, and he will move the pile out to the 15. And I'm going to have to correct myself because I believe that is an 8 is the quarterback.
Aaron Clark, the ball carrier.
And that would be Emerson Odell, if it is. I thought it was a 9, but I believe it's an 8.
Stop was made by Vic.
Four receiver set, twins each way. And Clark again. Somebody got him by the ankle and was not letting go, and it's only a 1-yard gain on 2nd and 5. That seems to be about the only way to bring him down.
Take him down at the lowest point. Right now, this is all good and fine and dandy and everything, but they need quick strikes now at this point. I mean, I know it's 9:26 left in the third quarter, but we're going to need something a little bit more dynamic. And they have shown that they can do that, but they've also shown that they can make mistakes and throw that pick too.
3rd and a long 3. And the handoff goes to Clark, and he's going to be tied up and brought down as reinforcements arrive at the 15-yard line, and they're going to lose a yard.
Aaron Clark is the ball carrier.
Good job by the Big Red defense swarming to the ball because they know they're going to have backup to bring down Clark.
Great contain, and you're right. Yeah, they get as many noses on that ball as you can. So we saw the start that PHS wanted, and we saw the start that South Charleston did not, just in the first possession apiece.
Big Reds have almost gotten to the last couple Black Eagle punts as flags fly. High spiral. Cook is going to let it bounce at the 38. Takes a South Charleston bounce out to about the 45-yard line where it'll go down, and we've got 2 players locked up right in front of an official. We'll see what the flag is. It was back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like it's going to be on the Black Eagles. They might make him kick it again because the Big Reds almost got to it again. No, they'll just take it 5 yards from where the kick in. Rex Foster, everybody, Rex Foster.
Yeah, that first, that they were able to get what they wanted as that drive materialized. I'd say, yeah, just go ahead and let's get the ball and see if we can do it again.
So they'll take it at the 39. And with 8 minutes to go here in the third quarter, Big Reds back on offense. Parsons slinging on first down. In stride to Casey Stanley. Touchdown, Parkersburg. Watching on the Dunbar and Fowler replay.
Quick strike. They got the pass out there so fast. Stanley had the ball, and he made his move after he had the catch before the defender could do anything to catch up with him. That's how fast that play materialized.
And the wheels are starting to come off. After he scores the touchdown, he kicks the extra point, and it is good. Parkersburg now leads 39-17, 7:56 left in the third quarter. You're watching high school football presented by Washington County Career Center Adult Technical Training on CAS 45.
DeCarlo's Pizza, located at 1403 Grand Central Avenue in Vienna, takes pride in being a local family-owned business dedicated to providing great food and service to your family. Our calzones and pepperoni rolls are the best in the Mid-Ohio Valley, and we offer a full menu of all your favorites: chicken wings, pasta, salads, sandwiches, and desserts. We also offer 7 beer selections on tap. Stop in and play a game of pool or call us for free delivery. At DeCarlo's, your family.
Kick loose ball by one of the upmen. He has to cover it up at the 24-yard line. That is Miller. Covers it up for South Charleston.
I think he lost a shoe.
South Charleston desperately has to mount an offense this time with the football, as this one's starting to get away from him.
Yeah, a couple of interesting play calls in that last one, too, with a 3rd and long going with a kind of an end-around kind of play. Even with your big tailback, I don't know. I think you still want to try a pass play on that one. Wow, we did get that kid's number wrong the whole time, didn't we?
That's 8.
I think it's an 8. I think you're right. It's kind of bunched up, so
they
it's tough
get it out
see.
to Clark. And Clark makes the catch and crosses the 30-yard line. Good for about 6 or 7. Yeah, I was expecting a 9 back there, so that's what I was seeing. But that is an 8. That is Emerson Odell, 6 foot, 140-pound sophomore, if my roster is correct. So my apologies for having that wrong this whole time.
It'll be 2nd and 3.
I just find it amazing that kid in the backfield, he's not only running the ball as well as he is, but he's coming out of the backfield and catching the ball as well as he is too. That was a great run. He's just a tailback he's just got a little extra.
So that one's good for about 7 or 8. First down, South Charleston out to the 38-yard line. Aaron Clark, 6'1", 280-pound sophomore. So he's got some growing left. That's an interesting weapon to have in your arsenal,
I tell you,
Coach Carl Lee. That's not everybody has one of those.
Nope.
Clark again.
My goodness.
Wow. My goodness.
He brings it.
Out to the 45.
And the thing is he's hitting the hole that they make for him. He's hitting it with speed and power. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know I don't know what his 40 time is, but this is pretty good stuff. He's a true athlete. He's just a big kid, but he can do it all. I think it's the catching the ball out of the backfield is what's really, really impressing me. Oh, no!
Oh, drop snap. All right, now look at that. That's a 9. Is that a 9?
Okay, let me see
All right. All right, so maybe we were right.
It is a 9.
Oh.
It's a 9. I had to break out the binoculars. It just bunches up there.
Fun with fonts. My goodness.
He's wearing that big old flap jacket around his stomach, too, so
So it is Wilson.
It is Wilson.
We will stay with Wilson.
I stand corrected again.
I correct my correction. Wilson to throw. Almost hung up outside. Trying to find a receiver. Flips it downfield, and it's going to be incomplete.
How's this for a reference? That looked like Dan Quisenberry. I know I'm switching my sports up right there. He threw that underhand as he was trying to escape the rush. I'm mixing my metaphors.
So after all that, it's 4th and 5, and they're going to have to punt it away again. A drop snap isn't what it ended up creating the 3rd and long. They were able to keep pounding away on the ground. Maybe things are different, but instead they will line up to punt away, and PHS has been coming after every one of these.
Oh, that's a bad one.
Going to go over his head. Loose ball, and PHS is going to have 1st and goal. Doesn't even matter who was going to recover it. Parkersburg was going to get it. Nicholas Reby had no shot at that one at all. Put a stamp on it, baby. That one was airmail.
We've been seeing remnants of that all day. I mean, in the first half, especially when Jones was kind of lining up in that Wildcat formation, he was taking high snaps almost exclusively. That one was really, really high, though.
So 1st and goal, Big Reds at the 9. Parson will go empty set. And we've got movement on the front line.
They might have just given 5 yards back to them.
I believe.
Right guard, right tackle.
Alex Hay moved.
Isn't it bad that the only time we really mention the lineman's name is when they
do something wrong?
That's why I wanted to say, especially on a couple of occasions, with this big, stout defensive line that South Charleston has, there have been a couple of times when PHS has stood their ground, won their assignments, won the battle up front. So I really want to bring that out every once in a while. But, yeah, it's kind of sad that we mention their names. It's because
it's a hold or an offside or something like that.
Sorry, Mom. And around.
Jet sweep to Xavier Robinson. And he will go sideline to sideline, get tripped up about the 3, 2nd and goal.
That's a lot of running for a 4-yard gain, but gets him closer to the end zone, 3 yards away from pay dirt. 4 yards.
Clock rolling at 4:40 here in the 3rd quarter. Parkersburg has already scored twice this quarter and are 4 yards away from pay dirt again.
Look at that slot receiver. Nope.
Aiden Cook untouched into the end zone.
Let's just
for another Parkersburg touchdown.
Let's just call the old number 1 on that one.
Give him the heater. Forget about the curveball, Ricky. Give him the heater. Aiden Cook right down the pipe, and nobody touched him until he crossed the goal line.
And great job by the offensive line for Parkersburg with that nice pulling block there by number 56. That cleared out the defensive end. Smooth sailing right up the middle.
There, you mentioned a lineman for something good.
He did something awesome on that play.
Casey Stanley on to attempt the extra point. Up and through, 4:22 left in the 3rd quarter. It is Parkersburg 45, South Charleston 17, 46, South Charleston 17. You're watching high school football presented by the Washington County Career Center Adult Technical Training on CAS 45.
right answers right now. Dunbar and Fowler, the injury attorneys. When you've had a serious injury, you need legal advice immediately. Call today, we'll see you today and guide you every step of the way. The right answers right now. Dunbar and Fowler, the injury attorneys.
Jeremiah's Coffee House in downtown Marietta is more than just the best coffee in town. We have a full menu of locally sourced homemade items, scratch-made breakfast items, sandwiches and wraps, soups and salads, and the tastiest desserts. We can cater your event and even provide a space for your special gathering. And of course, we have the highest quality coffee around. Stop by and see us today or check us out online. Jeremiah's Coffee House, 175 Front Street in Marietta.
Kickoff from Casey Stanley will go into the end zone for a touchback. Trying to make sure there's no flags out there. South Charleston led this game 3-0, and at one point was within 5 points at 22-17, and it has been all PHS since. Brian Guthrie, Mike Cameron, and the CAS 45 crew live here at Stadium Field.
Yeah, I mean, we said it. Let's go into halftime. Let's regroup a little bit. And you know what? You scored 17 points. You've had a couple of really nice possessions. You know, let's work on this. A couple of just, poor execution, a couple of mistakes along the way. It's just been enough to hurt any sort of forward progress, and PHS has cashed in on everything.
Wilson to throw out of the shotgun, tries a slant. I don't know if it was intended for Jones, 11, or Pennell, 10. It went sailing right between them. Pennell was the only one looking as Jones was ripping down the field.
I think it was intended for Jones, number 11, but just like you said, he was not looking. The ball was already on the PHS turf by the time he turned around to look.
So 2nd and 10 for the Black Eagles. Clark is the running back. Twin receivers each way for Wilson. Again to throw. Flushed out of the pocket, and we'll throw that one away.
Lots of pressure. Wilson didn't really have time to look downfield, had to start his scramble, and then even as he tried to get the pass off, he had at least one, maybe two PHS players on his back.
I don't think, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Wilson has taken a sack yet tonight.
I don't believe he has either.
He has been pressured many times.
Many hurries, many pressures, many times throwing the ball with somebody on his arm.
Yeah. And 3rd and 10, and
not much time.
3 receivers to the top. Wilson unloads, far sideline. Jones with the catch, Hartshorn on him, and knocks him out of bounds immediately at the line of scrimmage, and it's 4th and 10. And that drive burned 12 seconds off the clock and got 0 yards.
If you're gonna throw short on 3rd and long, you're gonna have to have at least a couple more blockers there. But that throw went high, and that might have been because of the pressure that he was feeling. But the throw went high. The receiver had to go and, catch the ball in midair, and that took him out of his running lane at that point. That just killed the play.
Last punt attempt for the Black Eagles did not go well. This one, snap is tracked down, kick goes away, and Cook on the return.
Oh!
Made a man miss, but then slipped and fell at the 40.
I don't know who put the banana peel out there, but it took Cook's feet completely up from underneath.
It's getting dewy, Mike. It's getting dewy in the field. It's getting slippery.
Is that your meteorologist? I can't even say the word. Is that
Weather
your weather
man.
terms?
I'm a weather man. We've reached the dew point.
I don't know why you have to talk that creepy, but nonetheless, okay.
That's just for your benefit. 3:21 left in the 3rd. Parkersburg trying to put a 4th score on the board in this quarter, 3 receivers to the bottom. Handoff will go to 34.
Have we called his number yet?
I don't have a 34. Let's see who the PA guy says it is.
He's the special player. Player X.
I don't know who it was. And they didn't say. He lost a yard.
They don't know either.
Whoever it was, he lost a yard.
Robinson. Do you have a Robinson?
That's Robinson's 33. That was 34, I think, wasn't it?
It was definitely 34.
I don't know who it was.
Huh?
Lost a yard. 2nd and 11.
He may not get another shot.
And he does.
He
Yep,
just
another,
did.
Another carry. So 34 spins ahead for about 3. Clock continues to run here in the 3rd. The Big Reds had a 5-point lead and have since run away with it. Yeah, the PA guy doesn't know who it is either.
I was going to say.
I don't have 34. 3rd and long for the Big Reds at the 37-yard line. Parsons out of the shotgun. Play action, rolling near side. Cuts it loose, caught by Ice, makes a move inside, and it will be inside the 20 with a PHS first down.
That is a nice little intangible to have when you're a receiver when you get to make that catch.
Did you just say Ice is nice?
Ice.
Did you just do that?
I did. Unwittingly. But I'll take total credit.
I like what you're doing.
I take but again, no, he makes the catch, and he's got that skill where he can now formulate what move he wants to make as he makes that catch. Normally, it's a bad thing to make a move before you get the ball, but he actually he got away with it on that one and got a couple extra yards out. Got a little yards after the catch.
34, Mystery Man is the deep back, and he will get the carry. Popped at the 15 after a gain of 3.
34 on his jersey, but number 1 in our hearts. See, we got a 33 and a 34, so it's
Xavier Robinson's 33 on my roster. We'll have to listen and see if they figured it out upstairs, because I would imagine somebody ran and said, hey, coach, who's wearing 34? Inside a minute now in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 7 for the Big Reds at the South Charleston 15. Parsons to throw into the flat to 34.
And blockers.
And room to run and into the end zone for another Parkersburg touchdown. Nice and easy here on the Dunbar and Fowler replay. They've been running this play all night. And when it's blocked out in front, there's not a whole lot you can do about it.
Great seal block on the sideline by 2, and he had the blocker in front of him in number 33. Oh, my goodness, that was a good play design right there. And give a touchdown to our mystery guy.
Extra point from Casey Stanley. Bonk.
You know what? You should give him a point just for that. That's a tough thing to do. Hit the upright.
His leg's probably tired from all the kicking. So that's what they call the old kick fail in the scorebook. 52-17 is your score. Hey, Monday we'll be back on with some soccer here in the Middle Ohio Valley. Wood County Christian travels to take on Belpre. We're on the air at 6 o'clock Monday evening from Ralph Holder Stadium in Belpre. And then after that, we'll be back at Don Drum Stadium October 15th for homecoming with the Pioneers as they welcome Wilmington College. Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever your social media of choice is, so you know what we've got going on here on the old CAS 45.
I just like to stick my head out the window and say, hey, what's going on? It used to be a lot more.
Soccer on Monday.
Back in the day, that was a bit more effective. But.
Kickoff from Casey Stanley is going to go into the end zone for another touchback. He has got to be one of the best kickers in the state. Just as about as solid as they come. Get you a touchback on the kickoffs, which I think is undervalued. It doesn't happen a whole lot in high school.
No, he's consistently done it. The only time that he hasn't, it's when it's been the little pooch kick or something like that. Everything else has been solid into the end zone.
Field goal range is as good as anybody I've seen in AAA football.
Yeah, again, the field goal that he did make there at the end of the half would have been good from 50.
The Big Red Band will do a post-game show for your enjoyment.
South Charleston has not been out of their end of the field yet this quarter. PHS has hung 28 points on it. Wilson rolls out on the bootleg to throw and chucks it out of bounds. I'm not sure that's going to be grounding because that wasn't anywhere close to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I don't think Rex Foster had to think about that one at all.
No, you got to have somebody in the vicinity who's going to make the line of scrimmage. Well, he's out of the pocket and line of scrimmage. I don't think he made line of scrimmage. He just, yeah.
Ooh, double whammy.
Is it 5 yards, 10 yards?
I think it's 5. It's 5 and lost it down.
Spot of the foul, too. So,
4 car keys have been turned into the press box.
That's your car keys? All right.
Why?
Somebody just lost them. They just said it
Oh.
from
I'm not allowed to drive. What are you, nuts?
Oh, I forgot.
Second and forever. And it'll be Dice back in to run the ball and back out across the 8. Okay, now they did change it to number 8 is the quarterback.
Meet your parents over by the ambulance near the annex. Lillian Blair, please meet
That
your
is an 8.
parents by the
That is an 8.
ambulance at the annex.
So this is Odell. Never mind, he's leaving.
He's leaving.
Never mind, the quarter's over. 52-17 as we go to the fourth.
Forget about
it. High school football presented by the Washington County Career Center Adult Technical Training on CAS 45.
My dream has always been to become a certified medical assistant and to be able to work at Merida Memorial Hospital through their facilities. The Washington County Career Center made that happen by teaching me all the things that I needed to learn, helping me with my placement. The instructors were outstanding, and they just with helping me through school and some of the life things that I faced during that time. If you have any goals or dreams that you would like to obtain, don't hesitate to reach out to the Career Center for some guidance and help.
The Career Center, hands-on training that works.
Dig in at Tiber Way Grill in Marietta. Grab a delicious appetizer while you watch the game, or have a seat in our dining room and eat your meal in comfort. Swing in on Saturdays and Sundays for our Bloody Mary brunch. Our menu is full of options to satisfy anyone's palate. Plus, follow us on Facebook to see our specials throughout the week. Try something new and tasty at the Tiber Way Grill, located on Tiber Way in downtown Marietta.
5-point lead going to the fourth quarter will earn you a running clock at 52-17. That's how we will play the fourth. See if I can check some scores from around the AAAs. Cabell Midland upsets number 1 Spring Valley 21-17. Bridgeport a winner over Preston 55-13. Hurricane over Princeton 49-13. Huntington pulled away from Woodrow Wilson for a 42-15 win. Morgantown a winner over Fairmont Senior 14-0.
Pitch it out.
And third and forever. The pitch out to Dice, trying to make some people miss. Out across the 10, 15, flags down as he crosses the 20. Back to around the original line of scrimmage, and does a penalty stop the clock? It's just change of possession and a score, I think, stop the clock. So we'll see what the penalty is here.
It's kind of tough to tell because these this clock here at PHS moves in 3-second increments sometimes.
Ripley, a winner over St. Albans, 43-22.
Whoa.
Williamstown, a winner over Weir, 42-13. Doddridge shuts out Gilmer, 42-0.
Called that.
Wahama up on Ravenswood, 67-7. The face mask on the offense. They'll decline the penalty, and it'll be fourth down.
It'll be 4th and 19 for the Blackies.
Bahama has been putting that amount of points on everybody they play. I mean, it's they.
South Harrison holds on to a 2-point win over Ritchie County,
Whoa.
34-32. The defending single-A champs are 1-4.
Oh my goodness.
So on fourth down and about 7, South Charleston will punt it away again. Cook will take it on the fly at the 45. Trying to backtrack, finds the near sideline, midfield, 45-40, flags down, gonna be a block in the back, about 6 flags down, and he will go out of bounds. But I believe none of this is gonna count.
There's a flag on the play. Tackle was made by Darren Fawcett.
Clock will stop on the change of possession.
Flag is sitting on the 45-yard line. So there's a block in the back.
Yeah,
it's
I'm
going to
pretty
be
sure
at
that's
least
a block in
right
the back.
there.
Yeah. Oh, blindside block. So more than just a block in the back, blindside, crack back, if you will. So 15 yards from the spot of the foul will put Parkersburg at their own 40. That is their worst starting position of this half. Then they've already scored 4 times. And we will see a new quarterback. Cooper Kincaid, number 10. And he will hand it off.
To a new running back.
32 is Dylan Stone.
Dylan Stone is the ball carrier.
Line of scrimmage is all he gets, so
Did you
second.
say Dwayne Stone? That's an old reference right there, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Whatever happened to those commercials? Yeah, we're seeing a whole bunch of new numbers out there now.
Handoff goes to Mystery Man 34.
Jake Shelton was the ball carrier.
Shelton. Jake Shelton, is that what he said?
I did not catch it. Again, I am sorry.
Okay, I believe he said Shelton, who I do not have on my roster.
Blake Shelton?
No.
Okay.
Regardless, it's 3rd and 10. So 2 runs for no gain.
It'll be 3rd and 10 for the Big Reds.
Blake Shelton has a song called Old Red, like Big Red.
Are you trying to justify it? Is that what we're doing?
That could be really cool if Blake Shelton was one of my running backs.
Kincaid to throw on 3rd and 10. Flips it into the flat to Shelton. Shelton makes a move out to the 45, still 5 yards short of the first down. It'll be 4th down.
Could this be their first punt?
Yes, I think this is their first punt.
Does Stanley do that too? Yeah, I think he is.
Yep, Casey Stanley's the punter.
He's got quite a leg. Some say he has 2. The dad jokes are flowing now.
I like it. I like it.
57 or 52-17. The dad jokes are going to be in well supply now.
They'll let it hit. Takes a big red bounce inside the 25 to about the 24, and that's where South Charleston will get it with 7.5 to go in the ball game. A promising first half. Wait a minute, flag's down.
Yep.
A promising first half for the Black Eagles just seemed to disintegrate with 30 seconds to go in the half.
I was going to say that really could have happened.
Then. Sure.
Yeah, that really decline there could have happened on that that interception. I mean, things were really, even with a couple of mistakes that they made along the way, nothing was as costly as that. But when they did that, things really, really changed.
So it's easy to dismiss as coach speak when Carl Lee was telling us before the game, you know, we got to put 4 quarters together. We got to put 4 quarters together. This is what he's talking about.
Exactly.
They got 2 quarters. The third quarter, the fourth quarter doesn't even count because you had such a bad third quarter.
Exactly. They're not going to have hardly any time to do anything during the fourth quarter because it's going to be running clock throughout. But yeah, they
and a loss of about 8 on first down. As I don't even know how to describe what's happened to South Charleston's offense. Emerson Odell, number 8, is in now at the quarterback.
We have to say that now because, they do have a similar look to them, but that 9 does bunch up.
Handoff on second and a ways, and that was good for a couple of yards. Again, the 35-point lead warrants the running clock here in the fourth quarter.
Well, you know, this is the time we start talking about the old moral victories and all that sort of thing, which I'm sure Coach Lee doesn't want to have any part of. But they had a couple of drives that looked really good. They played some spirited ball. They scored almost more in the first quarter than they did in the whole season up to this point. So there's lots of things to look forward to. There's lots of things to talk about. There's some positives along the way. You know, again, high school football, there are no moral victories, but there's some good stuff here that Coach Lee can work with.
Odell completes the pass.
Move, by the way.
Is that Jones or Pennell?
That was Pennell.
Pennell 10, out to the 35 and a first down.
And they have
for South Charleston.
They have pure athletes on this team. They really do. And there's a couple of kids on this team that are. I mean, you got the big tailback at 100 or 280 pounds, but you've got speed, finesse, and some of these other guys as well.
Jones and Pennell are good receivers.
Yes.
And you've got some good backs. Just all the pieces are not fitting together at the same time right now. And you said there's no such thing as a moral victory, but, you know, last week against Spring Valley, they can say, well, we only allowed 1 offensive touchdown to the Timberwolves. And this week you can say, we scored 17 points. And that's another first down.
In short order.
I mean, in the first half, as Pennell gets another first down for South Charleston. So, I mean, there's things to work on. It's just the offense and the defense have to click at the same time in the same game. But a lot of these guys are playing both ways. There's not a huge roster for South Charleston like we've seen in the past.
That was a bit of a shocking thing, too. And you said it at one point off mic that it's like, man, there's not hardly anybody over there on the sideline for South Charleston. They used to have, you know, a roster full of 60, 70 kids. And
they could go 3 deep at every position.
So that in and of itself is pretty shocking.
First and 10 for the Black Eagles at the 45. Pitch goes back to Dice, and he crosses midfield. Clock closes in on 4 minutes to go. Next up for South Charleston, they will continue their road swing and visit Riverside. Parkersburg hits the road for 2 games. 3 games on the road, 1 at home, 2 games on the road.
Jeez.
And it gets no easier as they will travel to Huntington to take on the Highlanders.
They have a brutal schedule.
The MSAC is no joke. Here's Cabell Midland and George Washington and Huntington. Good luck.
And may God have mercy on your soul.
By the way, you have to play South. They're really good this year, too. First and 10, South Charleston, closing in on 3 minutes to go. But for South Charleston, you hate to say it that there's only a handful of games they're going to be competitive in just because of how things have gone.
Right.
2 in a row coming up with Riverside and St. Albans that they should be competitive in. It's a nice run there.
Based on what we've seen tonight, they could be in both those games.
They could put that together, and then they finish the season against Capital, which is another team that has not is still trying to figure it out with a very young team.
And who knows what ramifications, could, in those games right there. I mean, if you put together a couple of 3 games right there, that's gonna be a big shot in the arm for the program. It really is. So, I mean, you could say strength of schedule, you could say quality of opponent, whatever. But if you could string together 3 good games to end up that season, that's going to mean a lot going into the offseason.
Parkersburg will move to 3-3 on the season as Jones, out of the Wildcat, will run it himself. Travels to Huntington, then another road game at Capital. Back home with Spring Valley, and then wraps the season up with a non-conference game with the Musselman Applemen on November 4th, which we will be broadcasting live here on CAS 45. And that's a heck of a way to wrap your season up with a potential top 10 team in Musselman at home.
Again, who was this schedule maker? Who did PHS hack off to make that schedule right there?
Brutal. Jones lost the handle trying to hand it off, and I believe the Big Reds are going to have it with 90 seconds on the clock.
Exclamation point right there.
Recovered by DJ Chambliss.
And the defense is going to pitch a shutout in the second half.
It's a nice thing. It's a nice thing anytime you get the dub, but getting it on homecoming, that's even that much more special.
Again, Peyton Harvey and Quavon Cyrus.
Congrats.
Your homecoming royalty.
They're royalty.
Your Majesties.
They're next in line. No, they're not.
Do they get the spotlight dance in the gym?
Yes, they do. I think. I don't know. You know what?
River.
In 4 years of high school, I think I went to 1 homecoming.
PHS will go to the victory formation and start taking knees. Is that a full moon? If it's not full, it's mostly full.
It's at least an egg. It's oval.
At least an egg?
It's oval at least. No, that's pretty full.
It's that kind of quality analysis that keeps you employed, my friend. I don't know. I think it's egg-like, egg-shaped, ovally. Why do they call it Ovaltine and not Roundtine? The cup is round. The can is round.
Oh, my gosh.
It's gold, Jerry. Gold. That's going to do it. All Big Reds in the second half, and they pull away for a 52-17 win. Big Reds now 3-3 on the season. South Charleston falls to 0-6. Mike, any final thoughts on this one?
PHS got the win that they needed. It's been a while. They have had a rough go these last 3 games, so it's good to come home. It's good to play at the comfy confines. It's good to get a good win. And you can say what you want about South Charleston. Hats off to them. I mean, a great first at least quarter. Let's give them at least a quarter and a half, maybe all the way into the half, except for that one play there at the end. I think Coach Lee's got stuff to work
There's
with. There's
potential.
Stuff to work with here. I mean, the skill players on that team
have skill.
They've got a future. I mean, they're good players. The program took a shot basically, losing their longtime coach and losing some of their better players for that. Dang that open enrollment, but nonetheless, I mean, it's not been the season that they want, but there's something to work with right there.
We're back on Monday with some soccer from Belpre, Wood County Christian and the Belpre Golden Eagles, 6 o'clock Monday evening. Hope you'll join us for that. 52-17, your final score from Stadium Field from Mike Cameron and the entire CAS 45 crew. My name is Brian Guthrie. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great evening, everybody.